Okay guys, this is Charlie coming back to you from this old couch, and I've decided to make some videos on how to properly upholster a slip seat or a dining room chair seat. And what I like to use is a 2-inch foam, 45 compression, 2.5 density, very good high quality piece of foam. You can buy other foams in lower densities, but they don't have the weight of this one. This is a high density. It's made by Carpenter Company. It's one of the best foams I can purchase, and I spend a lot of money on this kind of foam. So what I'm going to do is just kind of show you 2 different ways to cut it, so you guys can do it at home. Actually 3 different ways. So the first thing we do, we mark out our size, and in this one I'm going to make a 20-inch by 20-inch. So take your marker, I use a Sharpie, your trusty old tape measure. We're going to do a 20 by 20. Okay, so then I recommend a yardstick for a straight edge. And then just go ahead and mark it on the dotted lines. Okay. Now, we have 2 sides here. So the first step, I'm going to show you how to use, I guess we're going to use the electric knife. Now you can do this with 2 different things. That's why I said 3. A regular serrated knife, where you just go ahead and cut it like this, back and forth. And a regular serrated knife will work fine for that. But if you want to make things a little easier, I recommend an electric knife. $15 at any Walmart or Bed Bath and Beyond stores. You have a regular foam cutter, and it works pretty good. So take it, go nice and slow and hold the blade nice and square, nice and straight. Take your time, don't rush it. And there you go. Cuts it really nice. And leaves a nice edge, as you can see. It does a beautiful job. The old electric knife. The main thing is when you're cutting, don't go too much this way or this way. You want to hold it nice and at a nice straight angle, so you get a nice straight edge. You don't want to put a bevel on it. And that's one way to do it. And the other way, like I showed you, would just be to use a serrated knife and just slowly work the foam. You can do that all the way down and cut it. Now the other way, let's see if I can zoom in on this, but is if your husband or someone has a bandsaw, okay, they can cut it with the bandsaw. Okay. And that does a really nice job as well. The old bandsaw. But your best bet is probably the serrated knife. So this is how we cut the foam. So this would be with our bandsaw. It does a really nice job. Or we can use our electric knife. Just hold it straight. does a nice job. Or you can do it by hand and saw it just very slowly, and it'll work just fine too. It's hard to do on a small piece, but on a large piece it'll hold itself steady, so you can just go ahead and cut through it. That's the way we cut our foam. And we have a professional foam saw we can use, a Bosch, but it's like $500, so I don't even bother showing you that. I figured I'd show you what you could do it there at home. And then once we do this, cut our foam, like I showed you before, we'll take a little spray glue. This works fine. Little high strength 3M spray glue, and then we attach it to our seat with the spray glue. And as you can see, we leave a little bit. I don't know if you can see that, but we leave a little bit. When we mark it, we kind of put an angle on it and give us about a 1/16 to an 1/8 of an inch. More like an 1/8 is better. 1/8 of an inch extra, just so when you pull your Dacron, it kind of catches that foam, goes over the foam a little bit, gives you a nice edge. But this is our seat. That makes a good seat, nice and firm. So then, after we do that, we've attached it to our board. I've showed you this before. We just take our Dacron and we attach our Dacron. So basically, you set your centers. And staple them on the edge so you don't go over top of your screw holes, because then this stuff will twist up in your screw holes and the screw will get stuck in there. We set our 4 centers, and then we'll start here, put it under our arm, pull it, tap it, wrap it around. Then I go to the opposite side, pull against what I've already worked on. Okay. Very nice. Do this side. Okay. We'll give it a tap. Oh, this far. Be careful, because I've put some staples where I don't want them in my body. My thumb, my finger, my leg. Okay. Keep rotating it. Give it a tap. And don't pull this too hard, because you'll rip this stuff. It's kind of gentle. I mean, it's kind of fragile. It'll kind of rip easy. You just basically want to give it a push. Give a tug and a push. And basically, what you're doing is sculpting it. You're sculpting a nice contour. You're just pulling that sharp edge out of it. Okay. Load our staples. Pull the contour out. And that's what we do. Alright guys, this is Charlie from This Old Couch, and we're going to show you how to put the final cover on your slip seat. That's what we're going to work on now. So the first step would be to go ahead and get your center on your seat. Good, mark your center. Alright, once you get your center on the bottom of your slip seat, then take your fabric, fold it in two, right down the center. Okay, and then nick it, and nick it. Okay. Then we lay our slip seat on top of the fabric and kind of center it as best you can. So pull it a little snug. Set that one. Set your back. Set your sides. Alright. Just like so. Alright, now once we have our center set, we're going to work our corners. So in order to work a corner, we pull down, so we pull that way and that way. But we don't pull too hard. We just pull all the extra fabric out. You don't want wrinkles here, so the only way to get rid of tack drags and wrinkles is to kind of stretch it and down. So we'll set our corner. So we set it here on the back, so we're going to go around to the front on the opposite side. Get it nice and smooth. Set it. Alright. Set this bottom. Okay. This side. Okay. I'll set this one down and out. Opposite side. Down and out. And this one. And this one. Okay, now that we set all our sides, we got to fill in between our center and our sides. We got to fill all this in. In order to do that, we're going to pull it that way and down. So that way and down. But don't pull your nice curve out. We want to keep that nice straight curve while it's rounded over. Give it a little pull. A few staples in it. Just like that. That looks nice. If you get a nice pull where you don't pull too hard on one spot and kind of do it evenly, it should look pretty nice. The key is not to pull one area too much. You put a big dent in it. Just kind of pull it even. See how nice and straight that looks. Now we'll work our way to the other side, the front. Or front. This one. Alright. On the side. Pull. Very nice. Alright. Very nice. Work our way to the side. Just one pull. I'm pulling it, but I'm not pulling too hard. I pull more out than I do down. Alright. Starting to look nice. Okay. Now one more here. Alright, some staples. Alright, now we're going to set our back corners. So this is a little difficult. So when we pleat it, we're actually going to pleat them that way. So you want to take a couple staples out of your way. Take a few out. So you have room to work. Take a couple out. You spend half the time taking staples out that you don't want. So if you mess up or you got to do something like pleat, don't feel bad taking some staples out. So this is our back, so we want the pleat to be going that way, out. So pull, good pull. Okay, and we'll check it, see if it's going to work. That's pretty good actually. Maybe get a little more pull here. Okay. And we'll do our pleat. So you're basically folding it nice and neat. Just like that. You get a nice neat fold. Just check it. Check it, pull the salvage. And there you go, there's a nice pleat. Very nice. So now we're going to do this side, and you see how it's going out, so you actually got a pleat right here, an old fold right there. Alright, so we'll do this side. Okay, I'll leave some staples out of our way. Your handy dandy staple puller. And our handy dandy needle nose. Pull those out of our way. Alright, so now we work the fabric this way and then that way. So we're going to work it this way with all the salvage. Alright, turn it over, check it, get our fold. See how I folded it? I pulled all the salvage in, folded it. Something's not right, so I'll just take a little more salvage this way. Alright, now I'll do the fold. That's a little better. That's our fold. Nice. Very nice. the front one. So we'll take these out in the front. Give it some room. Get those out. So once you get those out, you're going to fold it down. Down around the front. You're going to get it looking like that. Fold it down and around the front. Then we fold it this way. Okay? So we pulled all our salvage around the corner and down the front. And we do a nice fold, a nice pleat we call it. Nice pleat. And that looks pretty good. Set it here at the end. And then pull a little bit of that salvage so it looks even. Kind of make it so it looks nice and even. Just take your time. Set it. And there you go. Nice corner. Nice pleat. Very beautiful. That's what you're looking for. Nice even. Nice and almost like an art. Everything's nice. A nice slope to it. Nice slope. Yes, Mommy. This corner. Last corner. So, for the corner, if you can see this, pull the corner. And then pull it down and around the front. That's what we're looking for. Okay, just like that. And we pull this one. Final pull. Leverage $1 billion taxpayer dollars to fire a prosecutor unless there's something they don't want to have happen. By the way, we just got word that there is a lid on Joe's campaign. Let me tell you why the lid is really in place. Not only because of this story, because Joe has had 2 disastrous days on the campaign trail with one gap after another, and he needs his sleep. He needs his rest. He's being protected by the media mob, which is a... There we go, last corner. We're done. We're done. You take, lay it down flat. We're going to trim our excess over. Alright, so you got it all done. And we're going to come back to the other part of this. These will get well cored. So we're going to put piping or well cord around here, and I'm going to show you how to do that in our next issue here in the video. But that looks pretty good. This was never before revealed meeting is mentioned in a message of appreciation. They're starting to take form. There's kind of the finished product. So on our next part of this, I'm going to put the well cord on for you. But that's how you can make your own beautiful slip seats. Alright guys, like I had promised you, we got all the seats upholstered. We actually upholstered the backs. But now I'm going to show you how we put the welt on. Now whether or not you can sew welt with your machine, I don't know. But if you go on eBay, you can buy a welt foot for your sewing machine on eBay. And then go to Joanne Fabrics or call us and we can send you welt cord and you'll make welt cord like this. So you do is you take a piece of piping and stitch it on a 1.5 inch piece of cord, and I'll make a video on how to make this. It's very simple. So what we do is we're going to take the stitch on the welt cord and put it right on the edge of the wood. Okay, I'm not prepared. Then you take your staple gun and you'll staple it. So I always start, put your end on in the center somewhere, and come about 3 inches away from it and start. And that's how you start it. I'm going to put my flashlight on so I can see what I'm doing. These are handy. You put it right on there, staple it, and you go all the way around. Just keeping it on the edge. Just make sure the stitch is right on your edge. Okay? Very nice. Alright, when you get to a corner, you're just going to 90 degree it, like so. Right on the edge. That's good. Very nice. Same with this corner. We're going to take it right to the corner. Right to the corner. Then 90 degree the corner, like so. Now, when we get to the end, take your scissors, and I like to cut it 1.5 inches, 2 inches past the other one. Okay? So what we do now is we open one up, like so, and cut about 1 inch off of the piping. Cut that off. So when you do that, you're going to pull this flat and staple right to where you cut the weld off. Take your extra, this is important, so watch. Take your flap and fold it like this. So when it's folded, looks something like that. So then, you open this one up. So watch closely. You take it back. Here's where our cording is cut underneath the fabric, right at that point. Take this one, don't pull it, just set it even. Cut it even with that. Fold this over. Lay your welt on there and your seam right on the thing and do another fold, just like you folded the other one. and staple. And that makes a nice mitered corner, as you can see. Okay? Looks nice and mitered. Okay? Alright, so now, once we've done that, we're going to take some 1/2 inch cardboard. And we're going to use the 1/2 inch cardboard half-inch cardboard, okay, and we'll put that right on the edge, of our stitches. So we just cover our stitching. Watch out for staples sticking up, they don't hurt you. So we'll staple this all the way around. And after this we put our black bottom on, like I showed you in the previous video. When you get to a corner, just cut it on an angle like this for the corner. Start again. There you go. There's your beautiful welt cord. It's very nice. And then I'll put a black bottom on top of that like I showed you before.
I just want some hope in my life. So if you both agree with what Stu says in the end, please spin it in such a way, you know, I'm not buying the stool. I already have the rope. Okay.
Donald Trump is going to win by 45 points. That's my
that's good. And we keep the Senate?
Oh, gosh, they're going to have the Senate. They're going to even run it. They're going to resign and get appointed to be Republicans.
Wow, that's great. Okay. So, Steve, start with let's
Hoover's record for the worst popular vote finish in the two-party era when it was just a two-man race of an incumbent president. He got 39.7%. You look at the base energy Donald Trump has. You look at the energy of the crowd that he can draw. You look at where the unemployment numbers are. I think we're going to get a massive economic growth report here at the end of this month. There's just no way possible Donald Trump is going to hover anywhere near on a way, and then how polarized the country is, how radicalized the opposition is. There's no way he's getting a Herbert Hoover-like popular vote percentage. And I just go back to 2008. I mean, guys, tell me right now, which campaign do you think, if you didn't look at a poll, if you look at every other metric, which campaign do you think was in better shape at this stage?
Without
John McCain 2008 or Trump till 2020? Which one?
which which one?
Trump 2020. Or McCain 2008.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Absolutely 2020.